in today's session of Divorce Court.
He was leading a double life. He had kissed a woman on the neck and at a separate strip club touched the woman on her breast.
As far as I know, going to a strip club isn't against the law.
You tell tall tales just like you, right?
All right.
He has pulled women over on the side of the freeway, gotten phone numbers. He's got my last 9 years. I want my heart back.
Fact was, you had an affair during the time we were married to get back at me.
I call it moving on.
You know what that's called? A lie. I just got you.
Today, Nikki Weichel and Jim Weichel square off in Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Mablean Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Jim Weichel versus Nikki Weichel. I understand you two are filed for divorce. How may I help you, Ms. Weichel?
Well, Your Honor, the end of the marriage began when he started going to strip clubs, wearing the very ring I gave him with my heart, in which he said he would love and cherish me forever through good and bad. He wore that to those strip clubs, lied to me on a regular basis. Your Honor, I bore children, even though it was a medical risk on my part. I stayed home. I gave up a career. Constant lying and cheating, Your Honor, and it can't happen anymore. I gave him one chance, and he continued to lie to me, and he would tell me when I was pregnant with both our children. He would tell me while I was pregnant that he had been unfaithful, but beforehand he had been true to me.
No,
So is the problem the fact that he went to strip clubs, or the fact that he wore the ring to the strip clubs, or both?
It's a matter of both, more that he lied. People make mistakes, I understand that, but he lied to me. He was leading a double life. Yes, I love you, yes this, I would never hurt you, yet he's wearing that ring into a strip club. The ring that represents our love, our honest.
So would you feel better if he took the ring off and went to the strip club?
No, Your Honor, I wouldn't. But it would make it a little less obvious.
So you don't want him to go to the strip clubs and let everybody know that he's married?
I think he should have never been in the strip clubs to begin with, but if we're going to address the issue of him going to the strip club, wearing a ring that I have given to him with my heart and my love and my whole life, I think is very...
So does wearing a ring to a strip club say I don't love my wife?
Yes, it does.
What do you think about that, Mr. Weichel?
The fact is, as far as I know, going to a strip club isn't against the law. I went there.
Well, we're saying it's against the law. It's against your wife.
Yes, it is.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah, I understand that. But the fact is, I made a mistake. Even before the marriage, I made a mistake before
What was
the
your
marriage.
mistake?
What was my mistake?
Yes, marrying her or something else?
No, something else. But
What?
the fact is that we had a problem before we were married.
Your Honor...
Wait a minute. What are you saying you made a mistake? What mistake do you think you made?
What mistake did I make?
Yes.
I had an affair before the marriage. I brought it up maybe a year later after we were married.
Your Honor...
So why did you feel the need to tell your wife about an affair you had before the marriage, a year into the marriage?
While I was 5 months pregnant.
But I'm saying, why did you feel the need to tell her that?
I don't know. I don't know.
I gave him every opportunity. I said, have you ever done anything to hurt me? Is there anything you want to tell me?
But that's what I'm trying to find out. Why, if you had an affair before the marriage, you wait until she gets pregnant, you wait for a year after the marriage, and then you tell her, oh, by the way, honey, let me tell you this, I had an affair during the before we married.
She had kind of an inkling about what had happened before. She kind of knew something was going on before the marriage, and she didn't let it go.
Why did you feel this need to confess when she's pregnant and a year into the marriage? Were you trying to give her a reason to get out?
Not at all. Not at all. Actually, I wanted to be very honest and make sure that she knew that what kind of person I was. That
You're supposed to be honest before. Did anybody tell you that?
That's true.
Exactly, Your Honor. I asked for that. That's all I've asked for is honesty.
But I'm saying, but why did it upset you that he said, I had an affair before I married you? Was that a surprise?
I knew of the situation. He told me, he came to me, he was in a co-ed dorm room, and I questioned that, and he said, no, I love you too much, I would never hurt you.
Why did that bother you that he told you after?
It did after a year of hearing, I would never hurt you, and he had lied about it, yet he had still done it. This was the same woman he had done that with.
And you never told a lie?
Not in the marriage, Your Honor.
Not true. You were dishonest about a lot of things after the marriage. When we were married.
No, if I made mistakes, I came to you and told you.
Not right away.
Yes,
like
I did.
Give her a reminder of one of those lies she told.
Fact was, Fact was, you had an affair with somebody.
No, you know what? And when was that, Jim? After you would never.
Michael, he's talking now.
Fact was, you had an affair during the time we were married, to get back at me. To get back at me. You as much as admitted it.
And did she tell you, or did she lie about it?
I told you 2 hours after it happened. You told me a year and a half after it happened.
So, Ms. Weichel, why are you then talking about you're going to end this marriage? You had an affair during the marriage. You go and tell your husband 2 hours after the fact. You're into the marriage. You've made a commitment to him. Hold on a second. And now you come here playing self-righteous about the fact that he had an affair before he married you, so you want to end the marriage. That's inconsistent.
No, Your Honor, I'm not trying to be self-righteous or say I'm better than he is or that what I did was any different than what he did. I have always told him I felt that I was left open.
So that's not the really reason you want to end the marriage, then.
No, he's continued to cheat. That was just before the marriage. He has gone to strip clubs. He has pulled women over on the side of the freeway, gotten phone numbers. I get calls from women. I find phone numbers.
I never cheated on you.
So it's a continuous affair.
And I was 5 months pregnant again with our second. I was pregnant again with our second child after we talked. We knew we had problems. We talked. We talked of finances. We talked of our relationships. We talked of spirituality. We talked.
Now he said that he never slept with anyone. That's an interesting comment. That's just what Clinton said, and he didn't call it an affair.
Well, fact was, I never kissed anybody. I never had.
No, he kissed a woman in the strip club, and the only reason he can't go back is he got thrown out.
But after about a year of dragging us through it, he discovered that it was an affair. So now tell me what you did that wasn't sex, but you had an affair.
I've never physically touched anybody. I never kissed anybody.
Well, maybe they physically touched you.
No, not at all.
Your Honor,
when you went to the strip club, maybe I was curious, but I made the mistake, and I didn't go out.
No, Mrs. Weichel, I'm trying to hear from him.
The fact was, I never went out and slept with anybody. I never kissed anybody. These people in the club, I never touched. I didn't.
You didn't touch them, and they didn't touch you.
No.
So why are you going to the strip club so much?
I went there maybe a couple times, and after that, I knew that it was wrong. I didn't continue it.
So you just went for curiosity?
Curiosity's sake.
And your curiosity didn't get aroused to the point that you touched anybody?
No.
And you didn't allow them to touch you?
That's wrong, Your Honor.
Is that right? Were you at strip clubs with him?
No, but he told me his own words. His own words. His own words.
So how do you know what he was doing if you weren't there?
His own words.
What did he tell you?
He got thrown out from a strip club, not allowed back in because he had kissed a woman on the neck and at a separate strip club touched the woman on her breast.
Did you tell your wife that?
I told her that
it was another one of those lies. You say lie. Did you tell her that?
I told her something to that effect.
What did you tell her, sis? You didn't have an affair because you never had sex. You didn't lie. You told her something to that effect. See, you stretch things. What did you tell her?
I told her that, yes, I did touch them to a point, but then nothing, I didn't continue, I didn't do anything more than.
No, what did you tell her?
I talked with this person at this club, and the fact was.
Oh, now you talked to her.
Hold on a second.
Oh,
for a moment.
You said something to that effect. She says that you told her that you touched a woman on her breast, that you kissed a woman in a strip club, and they threw you out. Now, you said those were not the exact words.
But they didn't kick me out. They didn't throw me on the street.
What did you tell her that you did with these women at the strip club?
I guess that's about right. That's about right.
Oh, now it's about right.
Okay.
You tell tall tales just like you, right?
All right.
When divorce court returns, Nikki's testimony gets her in trouble.
You know what that's called? A lie. I just got you.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. Divorce Court is back in the case of Nikki Weichel, who says her husband Jim preferred spending time in strip clubs to spending time with her.
The fact was, I had an affair before the marriage. She had one during the marriage.
Yes, I did, and I apologized. I cried and asked for your forgiveness.
How long have you been married?
8 years.
You never gave me.
You've been married 8 years.
9 years.
You
together.
never gave me your forgiveness.
9 years. Yes,
8 years, 2 children.
2 children, Your Honor.
And you're telling me that you're ending an 8-year marriage, 2 children, because he went to the strip clubs, he touched a woman's breast at the strip club, and he kissed a woman at the strip club, and he had an affair a year before the marriage. That's foolishness.
It's lies. I can't build a relationship on a foundation that is built on lies. I need to trust him. I can't
How
trust
can I
him
trust you?
because
What about
he
your
How can I
affair
trust you?
during the marriage? Can he build a relationship on you?
I admitted it, Your
So it's
Honor.
all
But
right?
can he build a relationship on you?
That's up to him. I know what I can deal with, and I can't deal with this.
Oh, maybe that person you had the affair with now you think is a little bit better than him.
No, I've never seen him since. I cut ties off with
Well,
him.
the person you're hanging
I
out
cut
now is a
ties
lot
off
better
with
than
him.
that.
Oh, now she has another one too?
Oh, somebody she
Since
got
we've
involved
been
with.
separated,
she got
yes.
involved with somebody that was going out with somebody for 6 or something like that, 5 or 6 years.
Your Honor,
Why could
it's
you have
not
someone
true.
else?
She caused a
Since
problem
we've been
with another
separated,
person's
yes.
relationship.
And you're still not divorced,
Not divorced, but separated.
and you're dealing with someone
me.
else. Have you told him about that person?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
So what do you call that? Living truth?
she brought it out to
I
get
call
back at
it
me.
moving on.
No, you know what I call that? A character flaw. You're still not being honest. You're still not living up to your vows.
I moved out, and I moved on.
The vows didn't say when you move out.
No, Your Honor, but the vows didn't say wear your wedding ring, and when you're off at work and you have a break, go ahead and step into a strip club either.
So if he took the wedding ring off, it would have been okay?
No, it wouldn't have been as bad. It was still wrong.
But he didn't have an affair.
Well,
and you want to dump the man he doesn't have any other redeeming qualities?
No. He can't keep a job.
I worked hard
He
to keep the
can't
marriage
stay
together.
awake with his children. His children don't want to be around.
That's not true.
It is true.
I think you've just found somebody else that excites you more.
No, I could live alone. My two men
You
in
could,
my
then
life are my boys.
why don't you?
I will. I plan on it.
Yeah, you're living
What
by
do you
yourself.
people think and expect of marriage? Do you think that in a marital situation,
Perfect
everything's
life.
going to always be perfect? There will never be a problem. No one will ever do anything wrong. Haven't you ever heard of the word forgiveness?
I have, Your Honor, and I did forgive him, but he continued to do it after that and tell me 4 years later when we
And that's when you
conceived another
decided to go
child.
do yours.
No. That
Yeah,
was
you
before
had
that.
an affair.
No.
You had
when I
a
did
one-night
that,
stand. Were you
that
wearing your
was,
ring?
and we talked
Were you wearing
after
your ring?
that. No.
Were you wearing your
Oh,
ring
and
that
you
night?
talked after. Oh, you weren't wearing your ring?
No.
Oh, so you were really being deceitful.
No.
You know what that's called? A lie. I just got you.
No,
You
he knew I
lied.
was married.
No, you took the ring off.
So
The
you were lying to that
person- that's
person?
being
But I wasn't going to
deceitful.
wear something that I had worn when we got married.
We
To,
we had allowed that to pass. You said, okay, let's get past this.
and that's when I forgave you.
No.
Ms.
fact
Weichel,
was,
get
you
off
had
of it.
to-
What else can I do for you? Because that's a bunch of baloney you're giving me. You're feeding me, but get to the point. What else you want from me?
I just want that. What I want is my ring back.
Are you going to give him your ring back? You went out
I
and
bought
slept
it.
with somebody?
I bought it with my money.
No, you know what, though? It was a
Okay, do
marriage.
you have a ring?
Yes,
Did he give you a wedding ring?
on mutual funds.
Did he buy it?
Well, yeah, household funds. When we both
So he
had a
bought your
joint
ring
checking
after
account.
the marriage?
Yes, I bought that when I was single on my own account.
I've given him
He didn't
many
even know
rings.
what the ring looked like when I bought
Wait a
it.
minute. You bought his ring before the marriage.
Yes,
He bought your ring after the marriage.
an anniversary gift.
So
or
you didn't
let's
get a-
say forgiveness gift.
So
yeah.
you didn't get a wedding ring.
No, Your Honor.
I gave her many
It was
rings.
a three-piece set. His ring and 2 for me. And I bought that on my credit when I was
So
single.
you bought the rings for both of you for the wedding.
Right.
But
Didn't you
the fact-
find that to be a problem then?
Naive, Your Honor.
Why did you buy the rings?
Because he was in school on a scholarship.
I had obligations
And I
to
thought
school.
it was love, and I thought it's going to be,
So when he was in school on a scholarship, you were willing to buy the rings, you were willing to love him, you were willing to support him,
Yes.
and to take care of him. But now you're no longer willing to do that.
he's lied to me. I don't have any trust, Your Honor. What am I going to trust?
You're not going to be the only. You know what?
You're going to have a sorry life. if
You
keep this
are
up.
really being naive. If you're going to run out of every relationship
I don't think
because
8
of
years
one
is
lie.
running out. I don't think 8, 9 years is
So
running
tell
out.
me something. Why were you able to stay there 8 years with this lie, but now
Because
you
I
got to
for-
go all of a sudden?
Because I forgave him.
No,
but
you
he
didn't. You
continued
couldn't
to
have.
lie to me and continued to tell me at convenient times, whether it be when I'm pregnant, when I'm in the hospital because I'm diabetic and have to be in the hospital
wasn't
at
the
periods
reason.
of time.
That wasn't the
Yes,
reason.
it is.
No, it
Are
wasn't.
you
also-
still in school?
No, I'm not.
Are you working now?
I'm working.
And when you got out of school, did you go off into a career to make the money that you anticipated that you would make while you were in school?
Not right off the bat. I mean, I was starting off, some entry-level position, and then I worked my way up. I mean, I continued.
Because of your height, did somebody think you were going to be a basketball player and bring in millions?
Well, the fact was,
Your Honor.
you know what? I did have a career.
He gave up his scholarship
could-
3 months into the marriage without asking me, or
I
at
had to
least
get- you know what?
telling me this is how he felt.
You know what?
Let's talk it over.
I gave that up for
you
you.
gave it 3 months into
For
the
you.
for me.
For
For
you.
me.
Okay, what? So you want his ring back?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, usually because of the height, the short, and the tallness, you would think that he would be more controlling. But I see the control coming from your side.
Yeah. She wants something that was a bond between us.
And
it's something, a time in my life that
It was a bond, was it? That bond kept you home and faithful.
That didn't keep you around, did you?
Not after you
And
lied.
you didn't have any activities that you engaged in for entertainment's sake?
I have never said that what I have done in the marriage was right. I made mistakes, and I admit it.
So you just finished with him, and you think he should give you back the ring that you bought for him?
He's got my last 9 years. I want my heart back.
You know what? I've given her so much jewelry.
Giving you that ring back will not give you your heart back.
Give me it's the start. He doesn't think it's over.
When divorce court returns, the judge renders her verdict. And an update on the case of Rhonda Bradford versus Charles Bradford.
What was so exciting about him you had to get down to the courthouse right away?
I fell in love with this man because I thought he was going to be my ideal husband.
Divorce court will be back in session in a moment. Divorce court is back and the verdict is in the case of Nikki Weichel, who says her husband Jim ruined their marriage by wearing his wedding ring to strip clubs.
You want a man that sits at home, goes to work, keeps his eyes like this, focused, never looks at another woman, never talks to another woman.
No, because
just a
then he will
robot.
then he won't know what he has at home. He needs to look.
All right.
But touching is a different story.
The fact is, you know.
Oh, Miss Weichel, that's not why you're ending this marriage.
This, you know, a $100 ring. And I've given her so much jewelry.
See what the value of the ring is? It's
no,
$100 monetary value.
No, this is what you brought to me.
No, this is what it
How much did it cost?
It was $100, but that's how he sees the value of the
ring.
ring.
No, what he said is, I
valueless.
want the $100 ring is all I want out of this marriage.
But there's a lot more to it than $100.
It's value to me more than money.
It is.
It is. It is. It meant something to me then, and it means a lot to me now.
Well, here it is. The long and short of it is.
And the fact is, she's been irresponsible. She's been irresponsible all this time.
I've been irresponsible. I gave up a career. I stayed home to have children for you. I had your
and that's
work.
also noble of you, Miss Self-Righteous.
You can't put a price on what I did at home.
And you can't put a price on that ring that you gave him because you said you gave it to him from your heart. And if it was given from your heart, then it should remain as a gift to him. If you gave it to him to say, but if I ever get mad at you, you have to give it back. That's not the way you give wedding rings. So everybody that gets a divorce gives back the rings and everything else that they've been given?
No, Your Honor.
That's foolishness. And giving back that ring to you is not going to change the fact that he cheated on you, since that's what you're so upset about. And it's not going to change the fact that he went to a strip club and touched somebody's breast. That's a memory embedded in your head. He can't take that memory away by giving back the ring.
No, but that's a ring. That's a symbol of me. And I don't want him to have any part of it.
Well, you know what? You have a small symbol of you if that ring is a symbol of you.
It is.
It
encompassed it a lot.
Sorry, you better get another symbol because I'm ordering that he keeps the ring. Court's adjourned.
All rise.
When divorce court returns, an update on the case of Rhonda Bradford versus Charles Bradford.
I told her, do not marry me because I don't have a job. I am not ready to get married, and I don't have anything.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or email us at www.divorcecourttv.com. And now for an update on a previous case in divorce court. Rhonda Bradford said she and her husband Charles were in such a hurry to get married that they tied the knot at the courthouse. But after a year of marriage, Rhonda said Charles showed his true colors and she wanted a divorce.
What was so exciting about him you had to get down to the courthouse right away?
I fell in love with this man because I thought he was going to be my ideal husband. He had money then. I mean, he spent money. He did the world for me then.
Did you show her that you would get angry and hit her?
No, I didn't.
Charles admitted that he made mistakes and said he tried to make it up to his wife.
When I offer to do things for her, she won't let me do it.
He goes out, buys flowers. Okay, baby, I love you. Then he'll turn around and mess up again.
Rhonda brought Charles to court because she wanted him to pay her the money she spent for a second wedding ceremony that never took place.
She canceled that.
You had receipts for $1,300.
She canceled that.
I canceled that because of
She
why?
canceled that, dog.
Because of what you did to me, darling. I wasn't walking down no aisle
You spent the money
with a
on
blood
it.
clot in my
Don't
eye.
need it.
He haven't given me a dime.
Be quiet, Miss
I haven't gave you a dime on what?
The only thing he said was, I'm sorry. I messed up the wedding.
The judge decided that Charles did not have to pay for the wedding expenses.
Obviously, you forgave him for calling off the wedding, for the expenses that you had to put out because you stayed with him at least another year.
After they left court, Rhonda got a new job and is moving into a new apartment. Charles reports he now has a steady job, so he hopes his money problems are behind him. And he keeps in touch with the children.
How do I feel about the judge's decision? I was really happy about that. You know, I got the ring I wanted, you know, that she expected to get, and I'm real happy about that.
I think infidelity is a lot more than just sleeping with somebody. So live and learn, move on. I'll move on from here. It's just a ring, like she said.